Hey fans, welcome to today's video. It's your resident host Jay, and there's a lot to cover today actually. Very exciting times we live in. The first thing I wanted to say is well done to Arsenal for a very good performance in the North London derby. We won 1-0 against Spurs yesterday, and it was really interesting how we actually dealt with the threat of Spurs, because they're a much bigger side now, very physical. And we defended everything pretty much quite well. I think Chesney only had to make like one or two stops really, and one of them was a deflection by Defoe. So overall, I was quite pleased. I'm glad that we defended well. It's a clean sheet. Chesney played well. I thought Walcott was outstanding again. Giroud, fantastic goal. Not easy, one of them. He caught Lloris off guard at his near post, and he kind of poked it in from the outside of his foot. So it's not easy at all. I was also really impressed with Matthew Flamini, because he has divided opinion. Some fans are saying why are we signing a player that clearly doesn't. Isn't a marquee signing, major signing, and why are we signing three players? We've signed 2 free players in the summer, and I think it's a very good deal. I really do. I think as soon as he came on the pitch, I think he transformed the midfield. He was very tenacious. I think he was very unlucky for the yellow card, to be honest with you. I think he actually got the ball, but the studs were showing, and nowadays you're going to get yellows for that. He was organised. He had he was well prepared, physically. He was pointing and shouting on the pitch. Some real leadership qualities there, and I think that's something that we've really missed in the last few years. I personally don't think we've had a decent leader since Vieira left, to be honest with you, and that was some 5 or 6 years ago, so probably even more. 2005, I think he left. So we've not had these qualities. These real leadership qualities for a while, and I think I was really impressed when he came on. He's definitely the same player that had left the club 5 years ago, and very exciting to have him back. Actually, I'm really glad. His experience will definitely help us to cope with the demands. Jack Wilshere came off, but it's good news. It's not cramp or hamstring or anything like that. It's basically a couple of players from the trip to Fenerbahce suffered food poisoning, stomach cramps, and that's the reason why Sanya didn't start. But they should be alright. It's an international break anyway, so by the time they come back, I think that will all be sorted. The second thing I wanted to talk about was the transfer window closes tonight at 11 PM GMT, and I have some really exciting news, and the news is that we've actually agreed to sign Mesut Ozil from Real Madrid for £42 million, and that's a 6-year contract. And my sources tell me that the fee's been agreed, the salary's been agreed, and he's actually going to have a medical today in Munich. The reason it's in Munich is because he's training with the Germany squad, and I'm really excited about this deal. I think it's a fantastic deal. I think I rate the player, I always have. I think he's an awesome individual, very skillful, and I really can't wait to see him in an Arsenal shirt. It was trending last night. It was actually the number 1 trend on Twitter last night was Ozil, and Arsenal fans getting very excited, as we should. But conversely, the Real Madrid fans were really upset, and a lot of United fans saying why Arsenal in with him, and linked to him and not Manchester United. So very interesting kind of points of view from other fans. I'm actually quite shocked that Real Madrid want to get rid of him, because if you look at his stats, nobody has created more assists for Ronaldo in the last 3 years than Ozil. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic player. I just cannot believe we're getting him for 42 million. Considering they've signed Bale for 86 and we're signing Ozil for 42, half the fee, but we're getting double the player. As simple as that. And it's not biased towards Arsenal. I do like Bale. I think he's a great player, but he's not Ozil. Come on, that's ridiculous. So I'm very excited about that. I'm also reading, and my sources are telling me that we're linked to Demba Ba. That's a loan signing actually. It's not a permanent deal. We're trying to get Chelsea to release him on a loan deal for 1 year. I actually like the player. You know, he's done very well in the Premier League. I don't think he's had a fair chance at Chelsea. You know, he hasn't had the games. He's not started every match, but he's definitely got all the qualities to succeed in the Premiership. We've seen that with Newcastle, and I think with the assists and the kind of creativity that we have at Arsenal, I think he'll definitely, you know, get more goals. So that's one player that we're linked to. Another player is Abel Hernandez at Palermo. He's actually a 23-year-old. I think he's from Uruguay. 23-year-old striker, and he's quite tall, 6'1", 6'2", good in the air, athletic, and he's got pace as well. I'm reading some journos on Twitter saying that he's a very exciting prospect, but that's going to be a perm deal if we do sign him. I think Bar is backup if we don't, and I'm also hearing news that we have agreed a fee for Palermo. I think he's at Palermo. It might be at Fiorentina now actually. A goalkeeper called Emiliano Viviano. He's 27 years old, got a lot of experience, and we've agreed a 1 year loan deal to sign him. The other kind of players we're linked to is, in the past, was Kawhi. I have not heard anything since that last bid about a week ago. You know, there haven't been any more fresh bids, and I personally think, it's my opinion, that deal is dead in the water. I also hearing that we're still interested in Di Maria. Again, I'm not sure if they're going to let both Ozil and Di Maria go. Will be interesting. No news on Benzema. There hasn't been a bid, and I think that's dead in the water. I think that story was probably just released by his agent because they are in the process of negotiating, should I say, a new contract with Benzema and Real Madrid. And I think it's typical agent talk. You know, release a nice story that he's linked to another club, get all parties negotiating, get that contract signed. I don't think he's going to come to Arsenal. I think he's very important to Real Madrid, and also he's very well liked by Zidane, who's the director of football. So I can't see that one happening. But definitely Ozil is the number one deal that we're doing at the moment, and it's very exciting. Might actually create another video later today because, like I said, the window is still open until 11 AM. So we've still got about another 9.5 hours, something like that. So we'll see how it goes. It's very exciting. A lot of deals going through today. Watch this space, and I will keep you up to date.